Hi everyone, Liz Campbell here from Dynamic Intention with something that I know some of you will probably be quite excited about. I woke up today, I've been receiving, since 11/11 actually, I've been receiving daily downloads of new activations from Source, and I was given 2 today, which I created a pack the other day, which is available for sale on my website, called Activate Your Potential. Now these 2 today are specifically around money, and they have been basically created, so I call it co-creation between my higher self and creator coming through me, literally to address something which is a bit of a hot topic actually. I received the download as I was reading a private message actually on Facebook between me and my soon-to-be partner in, I'm not going to say crime, but essentially someone I'm teaming up with, collaborating with to work as in like we're going to be working together with clients, because she was talking about the big issues that we have in society as a whole around it's what we could call the spiritual financial conundrum, okay, which is very, very, very deeply rooted. Now, okay, one thing to understand is the lead into this video, these activations I'm going to be running, which I'm making available on a donation basis here on my YouTube channel. The buttons the links, if you look in the, not in the comments box, but if you look in the information box underneath the video, okay, on YouTube, there's a link for my PayPal where you can donate if you feel so inspired to. Okay, I like to give this option to people because it's actually really good to get involved with the energy of exchange for anything that you're receiving one way or another, because it actually helps things to absorb actually much more, because there's a whole bunch of reasons behind it. It's to do with feeling your own worthiness of receiving and so on and so forth. There's a whole load of dynamics behind it. I might actually have to make a separate video about this just to talk about it, and the understanding of how when you give money for something or you receive money for something, it's all about appreciation. It's an expression of appreciation, okay, and when you start looking into the higher dynamics of unity consciousness, effectively all you're doing is you're expressing appreciation for yourself and receiving appreciation from yourself, because everything is one at the kind of when you take it up through the levels. But anyhow, I'm going to leave that for another video because I don't want to boggle everyone's brains before they've even gone into the activations. But I just wanted to quickly, before I run these activations, talk about the religious and spiritual control dramas that have been at play on this planet for a really, really, really long time. Now, money. Let's talk a little bit about money and the fact that people have these deeply conflicted feelings about money. And I know certainly from my point of view, when I moved into doing this work from what I was doing previously, I worked in the wine trade for 7 years and I was a cam girl for 5 years. You know, I had a steady salary in the wine trade. I made a lot of money as a cam girl, you know, more than I'd made before doing other things. And it was, you know, I really actually, that was the point where I discovered what I call the Peter and Jane book of manifesting now, The Secret, and just, you know, actually put some stuff to work for myself in it without even really thinking about it too much, and discovered how easy it was for me to manifest. Now, when I moved into doing spiritual work, like many people experience, many spiritual practitioners, they find what happens is that, okay, when you move into doing spiritual work, and you've had a lot of previous lifetimes where you've been involved in religious orders, or you've been persecuted for your work, or, you know, it was kind of the programming that went in, all of that gets activated. Okay, and then you get this whole thing of what I would call the spiritual martyr syndrome, which kicks in, which basically what happens with that is you get people who they're following their purpose, they're following their calling, but they're not making the money, and they're like, well, I don't understand because I had my corporate career before or whatever. And it doesn't happen for everyone. It very much depends on your own individual programming, okay, which is you've received over all of the different lifetimes you've had, so on and so forth. Now, here's the science part. Okay, what happens is if you're carrying a lot of this programming in the background and you were doing what you could call a non-spiritual career before, the fact is that everything's spiritual, but something you would view as non-spiritual, none of that programming is activated within you. When you start doing something spiritual, it all gets activated, and it can cause all sorts of untold shit with people in terms of them wanting to follow their calling, wanting to be of service. I mean, the word service is a bit of a funny one because it implies servitude, and actually what you're really here to do is to express yourself and express your abilities and uplift the world with them, without a feeling of being downtrodden or anything else. I think we could rewrite some of the terms actually for the work that we do, for the the play that we do, actually. When you're truly on purpose, it feels like play, and it's enjoyable, and you feel passionate about it, and you get fired up about it. Essentially, people go into service, inverted commas, and then they find they hit all these brick walls with their finances, and they start finding that there's this whole thing about, I can't do spiritual work and receive money for it. It's not, they get guilt and and all that's happening is all of these programs in the background are being activated so that you hit all these brick walls, because we're not living in this society anymore where we live in, convents or nunneries, and people come and just donate to us, and we tend gardens and sell vegetables on the side or whatever. That it's spiritual entrepreneurship can really, when people enter into it, can really trigger some quite intense internal conflict, which then shows up as all sorts of money problems on the outside. And it's to do with, self-worth, and it's to do with so much more too. It's to do with this programming we've received deeply from the church and other religions. It's not just the Christian churches that have done this. The Catholic Church being particularly invested in guilt as being its main control tool. These religious and spiritual control dramas. Yeah, and there's been quite a lot of it in the spiritual community too. I know I experienced it growing up with my mum. My mum's deeply conflicted about money still. Okay, and we've bought this as being truth. It's not divine truth. It's subjective truth that has been spoon-fed to us by those who would seek to keep us in subservient and enslaved roles, basically, working to funnel money up to a top point and not actually stand in our power as creators, stand in our ability and birthright to experience all kinds of abundance, including financial, without guilt, without shame, without fear, without any of this stuff. All of these tactics have been used over many lifetimes to essentially enforce religious and spiritual, I'm going to use the word with inverted commas, spiritual inverted commas, because people think it's spiritual. It's actually, there's, to my mind, there's something deeply unspiritual about kind of getting into a massive drama where you're trying to control people using finances and money as a guilt-tripping tool. Okay, but this is what's happened. This is the truth of what's happened on this planet. We've been cut off from our sexuality. We've been cut off from our abundance because there's been guilt heaped on, shame heaped on, fear heaped on at every fucking turn. We're moving into 5D. It's time to leave this shit behind so that we can really truly claim our birthright and our power as creators, creating from divine love, and actually fully able to experience our true heart's desires in comfort, well provided for, and all the rest of it. Now, there's a lot of programming that needs dismantling in order to be able to do this, and it runs deep. It runs through all levels of all people. It's handed down through the ancestral line. It goes through the lifetimes. You know, it goes through the Akashic records, through all the lifetimes. You know, you probably had it heaped on you as a kid, especially if you had like a religious upbringing. Like it's reinforced by parents and grandparents with all the dogma. You know, people reciting what I would call like the ultimate stuff from the Bible about it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter heaven. All this bollocks that's been written by men to convince us that you can't be spiritual and rich, and it is bollocks. Okay, I will go on record now as saying it is total, complete and utter bollocks, because whilst you're in that mindset of that, you're a victim of the programming that you are not looking at, you're not changing. Okay, and we see it, you know, all across the way in the spiritual community. Everyone's had to pick their way through it to some degree or other to actually achieve any kind of level of financial success where they're not fucking scraping to pay the next bill. You know, really, truly, if you think about it, you can be a lot more service to the world and your purpose and your highest path if you are well resourced. Doesn't matter if you're man, woman, elephant, child, whatever. You know, the whole point is that when you are well resourced, when you feel well looked after, you are not in fight or flight mode, and you are able to actually express yourself and give of yourself of the abundance that lies within you fully and receive abundance in return. It's a beautiful exchange that happens. Okay, so these two activations I were given are called the following: deprogram your spiritual / religious money dogma. Okay, this activation, I've written it all down here. This activation, I'm calling it a deactivation actually, clears and removes contracts, oaths, vows, promises, programs, etc. I'm going to put etc. in there because it basically is designed to do the whole 9 yards, is my understanding. Picked up from religious and spiritual control dramas across your many lifetimes, including this one, handed down through your ancestral line, handed over from the 3 levels of the collective. So you've got consciousness, subconsciousness, unconsciousness. These dramas were put in place for control, domination and hierarchical purposes. So to create a pyramid effect, okay? Removing them is key to breaking free of the guilt, fear and shame experienced by humanity around the subject of spirituality and money, okay? Which is one of the key reasons why those with a spiritual calling often struggle with fulfilling their purpose. There is nothing noble or spiritual about programmed lack consciousness. It also collapses lack-rooted timelines in doing all of this, so in taking all of that out. So it basically collapses all of that stuff. Now the next activation is an actual activation. It's called Activate Your Wealth Potential. So this activation brings in new supportive beliefs for you. I did ask Source if we could run the 2 into 1 activation for now, and I was told no, but that it would actually be so powerful it would knock people sideways. So it's at current level of what's going on with the energy of the planet, it's best to have this as 2. It will eventually probably evolve into one big thing that does everything. Okay, so this activation brings in new supportive belief systems for financial success, including feeling programs. So, you know, feeling and understanding programs. So things like I understand how it feels to be wealthy. I understand how to be wealthy, so on and so forth, that kind of thing. Okay, it activates your dormant wealth genes. It downloads, installs and activates new 5D finance codes for your genetic blueprint, and teaches you that abundance of all kinds, including financial, is your birthright as a spiritual being, so that you can align with greater experience of this without guilt, shame or fear, clouding, couldn't read my own writing there, clouding the path and creating dissonance. I'm just going to adjust the lighting on this because the sun's coming up. Yeah, there we go. I'm about to go into a whiteout. Okay, so these 2 activations, they will be powerful. They will probably take a few days to integrate. So be aware of this. make sure you've got some water handy. What we're going to do is we're going to ground you all really thoroughly. We're going to connect you fully with your source consciousness awareness, and then we're going to run the activations. Okay. And we're also going to, I was going to say, with is there anything else I need to add to this? No, I think I've said everything. I was just wondering if there's anything I've left out as the introduction to all of this. I know it's been a fairly lengthy introduction, but it feels like it's necessary. Okay. So essentially, if you don't have a glass of water handy already, I would suggest that you pause this and go and get one. I could take my own advice here. I don't actually have any water handy, but I'm just a stone's throw away from my own kitchen, so I can go get some afterwards really quickly. Okay, so what I would like you to do now is just close your eyes. Get yourself nice and comfortable. Take a few deep breaths. Just feel yourself settling into your body. And when you're feeling nice and calm, I would like you to just send your awareness right down into your pelvis to your root chakra. You can turn your analyzer off if you want by literally just seeing a switch and turning it off, so you can send your awareness down unplugged from your head. Your root chakra, actually, interestingly enough, is your source of stability and security, and it's one of the most key points in your ability to actually feel stable, safe and secure with your finances. It's the first place to look if you've got any rockiness going on with them, because it usually means that there's blockages going on of some kind that need sorting out. Quite easy to get rid of, actually. You know, chakra maintenance is a very good thing. And just seeing your red root chakra glowing. And sending down sparkling light cords, red light cords going down through your legs from your root chakra. They're going down through your legs, down through the soles of your feet, down into the ground, sending them down through all the layers of strata and substrata into the heart of Mother Earth's heart chakra, and just set the clear intention that they land there now. You can do that. Commanding with intention. You can actually say out loud as well. You can literally say, ground from root chakra now. Your voice is a powerful tool. Seeing those anchoring into Mother Earth's heart chakra, wrapping themselves around a rock or a crystal of some kind. Bringing your energy, or should I say your awareness, up into your body again, to your sacral, which is orange. And sending down orange cords from your sacral chakra down through your legs, down into the ground. I'm going to do what I did before, just sending them down into the heart of Mother Earth's heart chakra. Ground with my sacral chakra now. seeing those cords securing themselves where the red ones are secured. Back up into your solar plexus. Now from your solar plexus, doing the same. Sending down those yellow cords, down through your body, through your legs, down through your feet, coming out through the soles of your feet, going down into the ground, deep down into the heart of Mother Earth's heart chakra. Ground with my sacral chakra now, not sacral, sorry. Ground with my solar plexus chakra now. I literally felt that shooting out then. And now, bringing earth energy up from the heart of Mother Earth's heart chakra, all the way up through those cords, up through your feet, through your legs, up into your heart. All the way up into your heart. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a tube torus of earth energy with you as a conduit. So it's coming up into your heart and you're sending it up further. Up to source, up to the heart of the great central sun. Right. Create tube torus of earth energy going from Gaia's heart chakra to the great central sun with me as a conduit now. This is the way I do it, you see. You can visualize it going in a tube torus. If you don't know what a tube torus is, it kind of looks a bit like a donut with you, with the bit where the hole would be in the middle, apart from the energy is actually going through you. It's going all the way up to source and then it's spilling out and around back down to form the outside of the donut and go back into Gaia's heart chakra. So you're literally, what you're doing is you're becoming a conduit between heaven and earth. Set the intention that it continues to run. And now we are bringing down source energy from the heart of the great central sun all the way up there, she said. It's not the sun in our solar system, it comes through our sun, the light of the great central sun, but it's not actually the same, it's bigger. So create tube torus from heart of the great, from source energy, from the heart of the great central sun, going down into Gaia's heart chakra and back up again with me as a conduit now. And seeing this beautiful white and gold sparkling light coming down, going through you. You can set the intention that this fills your energy bodies and your light body, if your light body is activated as you do this. So this column that you're in the middle of extends out as many feet in diameter as it needs to. I mean, this is a good opportunity for you to sense where the edges of your energy field are. 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet. So bringing that down so you become a conduit for source energy going into Gaia. Feeling that connection by going into your heart now. So you go into your heart. If you want to really have a little bit of help with this, place your hands over your heart chakra and send your awareness behind it. I've got a movement I do, which is mine for this. It really helps me to centre my heart space. Okay, and now what we're doing is we are sending this energy outwards and we're connecting, we're basically merging with everything. So, seeing yourself in your heart, visualizing yourself in the middle of your heart chakra, and you're in the middle of all of this beautiful earth energy, heart energy, and source energy. And seeing the different colours that it's sparkling, and you're sending it out into every single cell in your body. Expanding it outwards, and it's filling all of the cells. And you're expanding it out further into your energy field, and it's going out further and further and further in your energy field. See it expanding outwards to fill the room that you're in, to fill the house that you're in, to fill your street, your town, your country. Just see it. You can visualize it as if you're overhead, if you like. You can visualize it just seeing it going as far as the eye can see, and further and further. And just feeling that as well, into the feeling of merging. It's going out, filling the planet, the solar system, the universe. All the dancing atoms merging together. Everything is one. Going out beyond the edge of the universe into and through the fifth plane, the sixth plane, and all the way to the seventh plane. It's the energy of creation, which is actually at the very heart of you, as well as all the way out there. It's in everything, actually. And connecting with that, merging with that. Beautiful white sparkling energy, and just feeling yourself merging with it, with the creator of all that is. You're one. Creator of all that is. It is commanded that anyone watching this recording or listening to this recording at any point in time is now given the activation of Deprogram your spiritual and religious money dogma. Across 100% of all aspects of their being, in all directions of time, dimension, space and reality, on across all levels of their being, including soul level if necessary, and the collective conscious, subconscious and unconscious. Thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. Just allowing that energy to run. And allowing yourself to receive it, and allowing whatever comes up for you as you're receiving it. Anything you see, feel, sense, smell, hear, just allow. Starting in the core level. You may well find, and just add this in, that as you go through different levels, you feel different levels of intensity with this activation, depending on how much needs to be unplugged. this is interesting. I just got a vision of Ganesha. I think he's helping with this. The remover of obstacles, as he's known. Saint Germain too. And moving into the history level. So this is going throughout all of your lifetimes, in between lifetimes, in between timelines, down all the timelines. Right the way through your Akashic. Just had a picture of knights fighting in the Crusades. So much has happened on this planet around this whole subject of land and wealth and religion. Moving to the genetic level, so this is going up and down through your ancestral line. At least 7 generations forward, 7 generations backwards, if not more. So freeing your family up from this also at genetic level. Won't free them on the other levels, but it'll free them on the genetic level, so it's a bit less for them to deal with. And now in the collective, starting off with the consciousness. collective subconscious. Yeah, there's a lot there. Still moving through the subconscious with the collective. Let's move to the unconscious. It's all the hidden stuff, like really hidden. Okay, and just bringing the energy of all of that up from the soles of your feet. Seeing it coming up through as sparkling light integrating into every single cell in your body along the way. I like to see myself as being in like the Star Trek transporter. This column of light moving up through me, through all of my cells, all the way up to the top of my head. Creator of all that is, it is commanded that anyone listening to this recording or watching this recording is now given, at any point in time that they're watching or listening to it, is now given the activation of activate your wealth potential. Thank you. This is done across 100% of all aspects of their being, in all directions of time, dimension, space, and reality, on and across all levels of their being, across all parts of them where it is needed. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. again, just allowing yourself to receive this energy and these codes that are coming in. Codes, activations and installations. Interesting, I just got told that it's helping to activate dynamic security. A strong root chakra connection with this as well. It's fortifying the root. Not just that. Literally being given. So what I'm seeing in my mind's eye now is like I'm seeing a salon, all this gold light, yellow and gold coming in. Streams of codes. I'm witnessing it at a cellular level, all this light coming in. You may well feel your energy field expanding even more as you receive this. Wow, that was quick. Okay, and bringing the energy of this one up from the soles of your feet to the top of your head. It's quicker that one because it's a download, everything comes in at once. It will take time to integrate. How long is depending on you as an individual, on how your other programs dictate how quickly you assimilate things. Some people it takes longer, some people it's quicker. Bringing all of that energy out from the soles of your feet right the way up through to the top of your head, all the way through. I'm seeing a rainbow of colours now coming up through. Okay. Allowing it to integrate into every single cell in your body, and now I just want you to see yourself shooting down into the heart of Mother Earth's heart chakra, as if you're literally shooting down a glass mail tube into the centre of the earth, a bit like those, you know, these mail chutes you see in films and stuff, in offices actually, multi-storey buildings. Going down, you're shooting down in this glass tube, right the way down. Coming out in Gaia's heart chakra, landing in her crystal heart. Lady Gaia herself is there to greet you. She comes over to hug you. And as she hugs you, you feel her beautiful, loving, supportive energy, which is always there for you, and it's surrounding you. It's emanating from the crystals in her heart. It's emanating from her being. It's coming up through your feet. It's literally at every angle. It's coming in and permeating every part of your being, all of your cells. Just drinking that in. And just allowing yourself to integrate that through all aspects of you, all parts of you. Into your cells, into your energy bodies, into all of you. Feeling the love and support of Gaia. And taking some time to root yourself down firmly into her heart chakra. You can send more roots down if you like. You can command to ground. Ground. You can say, I choose to fully embody my grounding into Gaia now. And when you say those words of purpose and intention, you will feel yourself sinking into your body. Okay, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Oh wow, yeah, the sun's really come up. I realised I was going to end up being like a shining white light, basically. Okay, so like I said, drink lots of water. You may well find that the thing, okay, so some top tips for integration. Chanting Om's really good, or any kind of toning, any kind of humming, or any kind of singing that's connected to your chakras actually helps you to integrate things. Okay. Other things that help you to integrate: 432 hertz. I will call it solfeggio, even though it's not actually officially a solfeggio tone. It's the earth tone. That will help. Saltwater baths help with integration, especially if you stick some essential oils in, or being in the sea if you're in a hemisphere where it's not freezing cold in the sea at the moment. Yoga. Qigong, I think I said that right. Sleep. The other thing that really helps with integration, masturbation or sex, basically. It literally, when you're having sex, be choosy about who you have sex with, because when you have sex with someone, you are literally merging your energy bodies with theirs. So you do want to be picky about this. It's good energetic hygiene apart from anything else. Always be safe as well. Take the necessary precautions, she said, wagging her finger. But yeah, essentially part of successful integration is attending to ensuring that your central nervous system is fully integrated with everything, embodied and soothed, and that starts with your root chakra. Your central channel goes up through the middle. Your central nervous system is basically very, very, very connected with this. Sex and orgasm are an incredibly fucking easy and efficient way to help you to integrate new energies. Something that doesn't get talked about much in the spiritual community, something that is a bit of a hot topic as far as my work is concerned. Something I talk about quite a lot with clients. Okay. The other thing, I could talk for days about how we've been cut off from our sexuality, and therefore our spirituality is not as fully embodied as it could be, or indeed should be. And I am using the word should there. If you are in denial of your sexual beingness, you are not operating at the level of power that you could be as a spiritual being. Your sexuality is a route to your spirituality. And one of the reasons why there's such an epidemic of abuse amongst those who would seek to control us is because they know that by perverting, thwarting and damaging our sexual function, you know, and creating trauma in this area, we're much more easily controlled. Yeah. You know, the guilt, the fear, the shame, all of this stuff, the abuse, the violence in this area that's gone on, it's all contributed towards a culture of us being disconnected from our power source when it comes to our spirituality. Okay, there's a reason why the early Hindu scriptures included the Kama Sutra, because there was a recognition back then that sexuality was one of your routes to really fully connecting with your higher nature. And I can talk about this at length, but I'm not going to right now, okay? But it is all connected in together, and actually masturbation is a very, very, very good way of helping to integrate any energy work that you've done, particularly if you do it with the focus that you're integrating, like literally using your intention when you are in the process, and using the intention that your orgasm integrates everything. So this isn't about what I would call distracted wanking. This is about focused, intentional, purposeful self-pleasuring for the specific purposes of integrating the energies and the downloads that you've taken on. And it will leave you feeling very rounded, expanded, calm, peaceful and whole. It brings everything together. Okay, so there's no disconnect going on between like upper and lower, and it's something that light leaders in general, light workers, light leaders, need to be paying more attention to, actually utilizing it as a tool. There's a reason why Tantra exists. Okay, right, having said all of that, I'm sending you all lots and lots and lots of love. I am wishing you all a wonderful, prosperous, successful and harmonious time. If you've enjoyed this and you'd like to donate to show your appreciation, the link is below this video underneath the YouTube thing. If you can't see it, you need to basically just go underneath the video. There's a little kind of chevron pointing downward. You click on that, it opens the thing up, you'll see the link. Very, very, very easy. Or it's on my little strip underneath my face here on this video, so you don't even have to look that far. Yes, and I was going to say, just as a quick little add-in, if you've enjoyed this and you want to explore the idea of finding out more about more of my work, there's other money block clearing videos on a donation basis here on YouTube. You're welcome to come and join me in my New Earth Creators group on Facebook. And I'm also going to put the link underneath this video so that you can go and explore the audio files that I sell in my shop on my website. There are a good many things in there. The money stuff, all the money stuff I do that's specifically around money, I make available for donation here on YouTube. Okay, the other stuff that I do charge for. Okay, but there's, yeah, like I said, there's a new activation pack called Activate Your Potential, which I downloaded. It's got 9 activations in it. I'm selling it for £111. It's got 9 brand new activations in there. I'm actually just going to quickly go through them now so you can. The titles are Quantum Leaps with Ease, Saying Yes to Yourself, Conscious Collaboration, Activate Your Magical Inner Child, Being Able to See All, Being Able to Know All, Timeline Jump, and there's another one called It's Already Here, which I added yesterday. Okay, and those are all basically, there's 3 files in total in the pack that you get as an instant download when you buy it. You might want to investigate that if you're wanting to open up your manifestation abilities further. It's I'd say it's a natural follow on to this if you want to actually start digging into clearing the crap that's in your way even more. Okay, sending you lots and lots and lots of love. Mwah! Bye for now, and I'll be back with weekday wisdom on a regular basis. So you know, if you fancy watching me wittering on in my regular weekday wisdom videos about various different subjects that I am inspired to talk about, channel on, and so on and so forth, and you're welcome to come back and watch those. And yeah, I will be, as and when I'm inspired to do so, I'll be putting up more money stuff here on YouTube. Okay, have a fantastic now and ongoing, guys.